Every sadhu who goes there has his own devotees. So in every tent food is served.
No, I mean the one time it is in Prayag and next time it's
then it rotates.
Rotate.
In Haridwar
Yeah.
or Ujjain, Nasik, right? It's rotated. So Prayag is the most important. Second most important is Haridwar. So these are very big festivals. Others are also big, but these are most well known.
Can you talk about how to deal with the challenges or obstacles?
How to deal with challenges or obstacles. See, today you have this statement here. Even this will pass away. So first of all challenges come and they also go. All pain comes and goes. Nothing is permanent. So number one, that all challenges will come and go. A challenge is challenge is not a problem. Our ego is a problem. In challenge, our ego is the problem. Avachma આવે છે?
તો અત્યારે તો નથી
You should ask him to move away.
થેન્ક યુ.
You want a connection.
Becomes a challenge because of my sense of insecurity. My unwillingness to face the unpleasant. What will happen? Challenge is a challenge. It's a situation. But my concern is what will happen to me? What if I do not succeed in this challenge? What if I fail? What will happen to me? That is of the most greatest concern. And that is why a situation becomes a challenge. What is the situation? So yesterday I was listening to Steve Jobs. So he told 3 stories about his life. And one story was, when he was 17 years old, he read a statement somewhere, like this kind of statements. That imagine that today is your last day. How will you want to spend it? He said, that really impressed me. So from then on, I took every day the last day, and how should I best use it? Because this is the last day, that's all I have. How to make best use of it, how not to waste it all. So he was giving a talk at the convocation at Stanford and told those students that that time is very important, do not waste it, and they make the best use of it. But from then he says, I lost all fear of death. So death was no problem to him, failure was no problem. One of the stories that he said is that how he was checked out, he had to drop out of the college. Because it was very expensive and he realized that his father could not afford to pay all this money and the education is not worthwhile, and therefore he dropped out. But he stayed in the college for some 1.5 years after dropping out. So since I dropped out, I had not I was not committed to any program, so I attended the courses which I liked. So dropping out was one of the most significant events in his life. Normally dropping out is very shameful to us, but he on the other hand profited from that. He says that was the most significant event in my life. He learned calligraphy. That was, he says, in the school where he was, the best course in calligraphy was offered in the whole nation.
Oregon.
Huh?
It's in Oregon.
Was it in Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small college in Oregon. Specialized.
And that became the background for all the discoveries or the inventions that he made subsequently. What he learned from calligraphy. He never realized that calligraphy would be useful to him, but he just was interested in that, why he studied, that's all. Second lesson was that he started Apple. And he was thrown out of Apple. He had an assistant, whom he trusted, and I did not hear it properly, but what happened is somehow I think Apple was not making profit or whatever it is, and he was thrown out of Apple. He started it and he was thrown out. So that was another second most important thing in my life. Because then he says, what should I do? Let us start something else. Then he started this company.
Next.
Huh?
Next.
Next.
Yes.
And then something else.
Then Pixar. He took
Pixar.
over Pixar.
Pixar.
Yeah.
So next,
Animations.
animations.
Yeah.
And then what happened is that Apple bought next. And so again he came back to Apple. And then again, so it was an amazing story of his life, but then thing is, what challenges? But he was, first of all, insecurity. What will happen to me? He said, no fear. Don't work from fear. So it is fear that creates or converts a situation into challenge. What will happen to me? What will be in Indians also? What will people say about me? What if I lose my job? What if I fail? What will people say about me? So these are ego. Insecure ego has a problem with challenges. Otherwise the situation. And if I am ready to face whatever result comes, whatever outcome is there, if I am ready to accept the outcome, then there is no problem. So prasada buddhi. Prasada is the grace of God. So whatever the outcome is prasada. Success also is prasada. Siddhya siddhyo samabhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Siddhi means success, asiddhi means failure. So success and look upon success and failure as equal. Both of them as prasada or gift of Ishvara. That failure also comes to teach me something. So use that occasion. Don't just feel sad and depressed and then let that occasion go. On the other hand, learn from that occasion as well. And that also has to teach us something. So if you are ready to learn and grow, that every situation comes before me to teach me something and help me grow. If this is our attitude, then every situation can help me learn and grow. There is no success, no failure. If that is not there, there is no challenge. It is a situation. So how to face a challenge? By converting a challenge into a situation. How do we do that? By willingness to accept whatever the outcome is. In what way are we willing? By accepting outcome as grace of Ishvara. So what does it do? Ishvara is my well-wisher, is my benefactor. So whatever he does is going to be for my benefit. With that trust, you can accept it. So Shraddha is there. Then the fear is not there. And there is humility. So face the challenge with humility. The ego, that's the problem. So, because I take the credit for what all my successes were, therefore failure is a big problem. Failure becomes a big problem because I take the credit for all success. If I give credit of success also to him, then failure also belongs to him. But therefore, if I want to take the yashas or the credit for success, I also take the blame for failure. And that is what is so difficult. To take the blame, I'll be blamed, I'll be ridiculed, so this is the fear. So what? It is humility. After all, it is only my pride and arrogance that I think that I have achieved something. Whatever has been achieved in the past has been achieved only because of the grace of God. As the Swami says, you are at the right time, in the right place. That's all luck. It's all grace. Because even the best people were in the right place but the wrong time. Or at the right time but wrong place. And they did not have the kind of opportunity that I had, even though I was not the best. So if we look upon our life as nothing but this series of blessings of God, then every situation is a blessing also. Then we are ready. What will happen? If there is a fear in the mind, then let us complete that whole process. See, our mind only gets afraid and then wants to run away from that. But we should complete the process. Mind is afraid. So mind, why are you afraid? Oh, what if I lose my job? Okay, suppose you lose your job. Then what will happen? Oh, I can't sell my house. Okay, then what will happen? I'll go to an apartment. Okay, what will happen? Sell my car. Okay. Sell my this. Okay. Are you going to die? Are you going to stop surviving? You won't. Wherever you are placed, you will find a way of surviving. And so I know how to handle it when the time comes. So when God gives me situation, He gives me also the strength, or the insight to how to deal with it. We'll deal with it when it comes to it. But complete the process. And then you find that even if you take the worst case scenario, then also it is not as bad as you think it is. Then you can deal with it. Once you are assured you can deal with it, once the fear goes away, then you have a composed mind with which you do what is necessary to do. So with right attitude we are doing the challenges. Attitude of humility. An attitude of willingness to accept the outcome as it comes, as prasad of Lord. So with that attitude, we can face the challenges. For a fearful person, every situation becomes a challenge. Person who is diffident, person with low self-esteem, everything, every day is a challenge. What will happen today? How will I do that project? Everything is something new, And so, if thus there is insecurity, everything becomes a challenge. So what can happen? All right, I will die. Okay, so what? Next verse. We have a nice thing, If death also comes, so what? Next verse is waiting for me. I'll get a fresh body. It's good. This body has done its job. Get a fresh body.
Ultimate.
So, the preparedness for accepting the outcome with humility. That's the way to deal with challenges.
So we have a lot of questions. So I took some decision, and then because of that, I understand this, or maybe I can console
Move a
myself.
little bit down this
Yeah,
side.
little.
Oh.
Thank you.
But the people who are dependent on me may not understand this. That's where it creates kind of
May not
guilty
understand
feeling
what?
in myself. Huh?
May not understand what?
The situation is situation. There is no success or failure. It's like it's hard to explain to them. Maybe I'm not. There has become a guilty feeling in myself that I should not take this decision.
See, this guilty again, that is
Because they
ego.
went- Huh?
The sense of guilt also is ego. That I must make all right decisions. My expectation from myself is I must make all right decisions. I cannot make a wrong decision. So that making wrong decision also is the reality of life. So people will say, you failed, okay. The family may not understand, all right. But we can discuss with family members that look, this can happen. In that case, we have to downsize. What will happen is downsizing. What more? That you will not have the comfort that you have, you will reduce comforts. You will reduce, it's okay. If they don't understand, that's their problem. But they will.
Nobody creates more guilty. It's because of me they are suffering.
Nobody suffers because of anybody else. Everybody has their own prarabdha. And so, because of you, if you think that because of you they were all happy and
That's
enjoying,
the goal, yeah.
that's the problem. Because of me they were enjoying, so because of me they are suffering. Neither they are enjoying their own prarabdha. You are only an instrument. So we are an instrument, and is that prarabdha that they are enjoying. You may create facilities, you may create the infrastructure. But ultimately, that person happened to be here, your wife or your child is also that prarabdha, isn't it? So we have not created all these things. The problem is other people are not problem. My ego only is a problem. And there I find other people I make other people issue because of my ego. That they may not understand. Even if they may not understand, so what? As long as you understand and you are clear, there's no problem. There are many things that people don't understand.
Okay.
Not only this one. In the day-to-day life also, there are things that there are different opinions, they don't understand you. You have to deal with them. If you are confident, if you are acceptable to yourself, you can deal with it.
Swamiji, could you expound on the self-esteem part of the whole thing?
Self-esteem. Come forward.
Yeah, there is space here.
Come forward.